Boerbeskuit News, 10th of October 2024. Let's start in the EU. Holodomor Museum director sues over a comment about her appearance. Dismissed. Lesaya Gazichak went to court because of a statement by a lawyer, Kim Bratovsky. He said that the Holodomor Museum needs a new head, since the current one looks inappropriate in the position, either comical or like a mockery. Well, if you look at her, it's both a comedy and a mockery. And if you take into consideration, it's the Holodomor Museum. People suffered and died of hunger in that period. And she's the museum director. And then we get to Italy. This Italian girl's name is Desiree Marlottini. She was 16 years old. One night she missed the bus on her way home. She didn't have money to take a taxi and had to walk. On the way back, 4 Senegalese immigrants attacked Desiree and took her to a ruined house. They drugged her, sexually assaulted her, and tortured her. Her respiratory system could not withstand the drugs and torture. Desiree is no longer with us. En dit is wat met die mense in die EU besig is om te gebeur. Maar 'n groot klomp is blind vir die realiteit van wat die immigrante aan hulle gaan doen. Maar, Moses 6 vers 6, stupid mense moet suffer. Stalin called the farmers the enemies of the people. By expropriating them, the state took control of food production. Then 7 million Russians were starved to death. Now, 100 years later, the World Economic Forum is opening the war on farmers. And we can see what is happening in Europe and in America and in Britain. The attack on the farmers is relentless. But here in South Africa, we've got these EFF brave fighters that they are playing for the World Economic Forum team. They are puppets of XXX, and they are trying their best to destroy the farmers in South Africa. And the tragic part is that the majority of the population are totally unaware of what is being planned for them. Gaza faces 42 million tons, $1.2 billion, a rubble dilemma. UN estimates say 2/3 of all structures in the Gaza Strip, almost 3 times the number of buildings in Manhattan, have been totally and partially destroyed, leaving rubble packed with decomposing bodies and unexploded ordnance. En dit is wat die Israelis besig is om te doen in die Gaza. Maar die Zioniste aanbidders, en daar's 'n klomp van hulle hier in Suid-Afrika. Jy moet gaan kyk na die kommentare wat op daai Skidmarks wat ek gedoen het oor die Nakba. Dan sien jy, hulle praat hierdie goed hoor. Erdogan compares Netanyahu to Hitler. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan wrote on X that Israel will sooner or later pay the price for this genocide that has been carrying out for a year and still continuing, insisting that like Nazi Germany, Netanyahu and his murder network will be stopped. And, well, but they get the support from the West to do what they are doing there. More from Erdogan. Turkish President Erdogan. Israel is a Zionist terrorist organization, and Hamas is fighting for freedom and to defend the honor of the Islamic world. And we know that Hamas is also fighting for Turkey, because we will be the next place that Israel will set its eyes on under the Israeli expansionist policy. You must take note of that words of his, the Israeli expansionist policy. Dit is wat daai Zioniste beplan daar. And then we get this from the Israeli defense minister. The IDF will deliver a deadly, precise and surprising attack on Iran. Daar's geen manier wat Israel op hulle eie Iran kan aanvat nie. Maar hulle maak 100% staat op die ondersteuning van Amerika en Europa. Dis hoekom hulle so kan optree soos laat tree. Alhoewel dit onmenslik is wat hulle doen, het hulle die steun van die Weste. Hoekom het hulle daai steun van die Weste? Want die Zioniste netwerk is orals in alles. En hulle manipuleer die regerings om hierdie wandade te support. And then we get to the Sahel. Captain Traore's government has made significant impact on education in Burkina Faso, especially the young learners who were previously denied access to schooling due to the Western-backed terrorism. Thanks to his efforts, these children are now able to return to the classroom, with many experiencing formal education for the first time. Nou hier in Suid-Afrika is hier nou 'n klomp van hierdie, onder andere die EFF, wat groot heldeverering vir Traore het, maar hulle kyk nie wat doen hy nie. Hy is besig om sy land op te bou, terwyl hulle hier in Suid-Afrika besig om alles te verwoes. En die ANC, met die hulp van die EFF, het die onderwyssysteem totaal verongeluk vir swart kinders. Nou, saam met Lesofie, probeer hulle ook die paar oorblywende funksionele skole wat daar is, ook verongeluk. En die massa stem met hulle saam. Dan is daar hierdie tweet van Sandrita: "Every turn, every opportunity, every moment Mashaba gets, he is crucifying some white person or the other, or singing white hate. Thank God I didn't vote for him. I would be angrily upset at myself." En dit is so, daai Mashaba is 'n opperste rasis. Ek het dit al in die verlede op Twitter gesê. Maar daar sit ons nou in die ding. Nou is hulle baie wind gehad. Hulle het nou die burgemeesterspos vir Tshwane. Daai vrou het niks experience nie. Niks nie. En die ANC skryf haar voor wat sy moet doen. Dieselfde ANC wat daai plek in sy moer in gekry het. Levi tweet: "Africa will not have a Dubai or Singapore of its own. It won't happen. These places look like that because of the people that live in it. Arabs and Asians can build, Africans can't. Everywhere the black man goes, poverty and misfortune follows. Haiti is an example of many." And then we get to Lesofie. Lorraine tweet: "Good morning. One of the biggest, most talented individuals at money laundering must be Panyaza Lesofie himself. He blew 430 million on disinfecting empty schools during COVID, as well as 11 billion on an abandoned megacity. His cronies and cadres insist on keeping him in the office. If we, the normal civilians of this country, had to try what he successfully pulled off, we would never see the light of day ever again. But because Lesofie is part of the infamous My ANC, he and every other criminal member will get away with whatever they steal, loot, plunder, and or launder in South Africa." Disgusting, isn't it? Now you can't differ from what she is saying there. That is South Africa. That is the South Africa that we live in. Criminal gangsters are in charge of the country. And then we get to this, the Kifness tweets: "South Africa's BEE laws forced businesses to hand over 30% equity to people of color. We remain one of the only African countries left without Starlink, because Elon Musk recognized the insanity of this law and simply refused to hand over equity. But the good news is that our government is now willing to shift their policy to allow Starlink to operate here. If all businesses grew a spine and said no to the race-based laws, the business landscape in the country would be a lot more prosperous for all." En dit wat hy daar sê is die waarheid, maar die probleem is, die groot besighede staan net eenvoudig nie saam nie. Hulle staan nie saam nie. Hulle sien hierdie goed gebeur en hulle laat dit maar gebeur. Maar dit is die Suid-Afrika waarin ons leef. Die skade wat BEE aan die ekonomie gedoen het, is onberekenbaar. Die verliese aan werksgeleenthede is ontelbaar, maar hulle hou aan met dit. Geef my 'n like en 'n subscribe en share die ding. Dankie vir julle support.